Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana coming to you live from my beehive. Today is Casing Tuesday. So today's the day when we take a card out of the catalog and we give it a makeover. We take it, it's called casing, which stands for copy and share everything. So we take one of Stampin' Up's cards out of one of the current catalogs and we try and give it a little bit of a makeover. And we have a Facebook group that you can join us on, so that's always great. And we have a bunch of bloggers who provide us with a bunch of different samples. We all take the card and interpret it in our own way. And it's just a fun thing to do. And I hope that if you are able and you want to, that you'll do your own card and then you can post it to the challenge thread and show us your version of the card, and so we can comment on it. It's a great way to learn different styles of stamping, get yourself out of your comfort zone. It's a great thing because you kind of are provided already with a layout. Most of the time when I'm creating a card for Casing Tuesday, it takes me less than an hour to figure it out. Usually it's less than half an hour. Sometimes it will take me an hour, just depending on the layout. Some things just kind of flow really easily for me, and sometimes I just like get stuck. And then I have to like play around a little bit more. But whenever you're playing around with designs, you're learning from what looks good and what doesn't look good. So it's a great thing for all of us to participate in. So I hope that you guys are all having a great day so far. We're here a little bit earlier on the East Coast. That's why I have my Facebook Lives at 10 a.m. It's on Eastern Standard Time. For some of you, it might be earlier or it might be later. But it's a nice day again here. It's just gorgeous. So I hope to get out later for a walk. I'm a avid walker. Any avid walkers out here? Yeah. Anyone else love to walk? That's one of the things I do every single day. I walk. Doesn't matter where I am in the world, I walk. Okay, so let me turn this camera around and I'm going to show you the card that I made, the card that we started with, and we'll go from there. So let's do this. Okay, there's my view this morning. It's kind of the same as if you were with me yesterday afternoon. I did a live for my Minute Monday card, and it's like the morning sky, but it's another gorgeous day out here on the river. This morning we had some Carolina wrens in our front yard, kind of scurrying about, so that was kind of fun to see. I like to bird watch. I'm not really great at bird watching most of the time, but I have a bird book and I try and identify where I can, because it's kind of fun to know what's in your backyard. Okay, so this is the card we're casing. It's this little square card down here, and Stampin' Up labeled it as quick and easy, and it is, because if you were making this card, the paper is doing most of the work for you. You've got a greeting that you're stamping on. You're doing a little bit of side stamping here, and you're adding a bow. It's a fairly easy card. Now, what most of our bloggers did was they turned the square card into our traditional kind of rectangular card, and that's what I did too. Nothing against square cards. I think we just don't create as many of them, so I thought change it up, turn it into a rectangular card, and everyone else did the same thing. So I wasn't really being too original, but this is the card that I came up with. It's using the Picture Perfect Birthday Stamp Set. That's a long name. And it also uses the matching Designer Series paper. You may have noticed this paper in the catalog, but it has on one side, let me pull some of it out so you can see. On one side, it has like these photorealistic pictures. So you've got, you know, cookies, balloons, donuts, candles. Okay, they're all photorealistic. And then on the back side, okay, I've got my scraps on the back side, but you've got patterns, like useful patterns. If you don't like the photorealistic on the one side, you probably can use the patterns on the back side. So I love this paper. It's a great stack to get for creating your birthday cards. And then where's my stamp set? Oh, everything's buried today. Okay, so this is the stamp set. It has some great little greetings, some nice little images that will complement the paper. So it's a nice little starter set, so to speak. So yeah, I'll show you how I made this card. It's not super hard. I think what we'll do first, when you have a greeting like this, you can choose whether you stamp and cut, or whether you cut and then stamp. I'm gonna do all the cutting first and then the stamping next. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if that worked out well. Can't remember what I did exactly when I created the card. I did it a few days ago, so sometimes I don't remember the order I create things in. So I need my Big Shot. And look at my shiny new cutting plates. I just switched them up because mine were getting a little warped, and I was like, yeah, it's time to change them up. I always kind of have some backups ready, so when I like finally say that's enough, I just can use the new ones right away. So I've got a piece of Whisper White and a piece of Basic Black, and let me see, I believe I used the second largest, just testing it out. Yeah, I used the second largest of the stitch shaped framelits for the white circle. And then I think it was this one here. I'm just matching it up to, no, one larger. So it would be this one. Yeah, this one. So the second largest, these are the layering circle framelits that have scallop circles and smooth circles. So I'm using the second largest scallop circle. So let me pop that over there, and I'm just going to put that on my black piece. And where is my other cutting plate? You know, they're so shiny. I didn't even see where my cutting plate went to. They were stacked on top of each other. That's how nice and shiny and brand new they are. So I've done a few little cuts already, but they are pretty brand new. So I'm just going to run these through. And then I need to do some embossing. So here is my little circle. Here's my scallop circle. Those two pieces, I'll just set those aside. And then I'm going to get rid of my magnetic platform, and I'm going to switch it out for my regular base platform that came with my Big Shot. It comes in two pieces. So you have your platform, and then you have your thin die adapter. When you're doing embossing, you just need your base platform. And you need one cutting plate if you're using a thick embossing folder like I am here. This is one of the thicker ones. So if you're ever like putting something through your machine, like an embossing it, and it's just not going in really well, have a look and see if it's the thick embossing folder, because they only need one cutting plate. So I took a piece of silver foil sheet. I've cut this to 2.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to center this on a pattern. Like I want it to look the same on both sides. Show you my sample card. I want the pattern to be the same on either side of here. So I want the same end pattern, and I like the cables to kind of be on the end because I think that provides like the best look if we're going for looks for peeking out on the side. So just center that as best you can. It's kind of sliding around on me. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to hold this down with my thumb so it doesn't slide. Keep my thumb on there. Always keep pressure on there. And then just run that through. I'm using different embossing a different cutting plate than I use for my cutting plates. I'm using an old warped one because I find that the embossing folders do kind of warp your cutting plate, so may as well just use a warped one rather than warping a perfectly good new one. So there's what my embossing looks like. I love running silver foil or any kind of foil sheet through our embossing folders because it really gives it a lot of nice shiny texture. The shine makes there a lot of surfaces to reflect light off of. So that's what it looks like. And I can stick this aside. All right. Let's see what I need to do next. Okay, bring in my little circle. Oh, did I tell you? I decided that I was going to do this card a little differently than my sample card. I did my sample card in Berry Burst, and I decided that I needed to change up my color scheme a little bit because why be boring, right? So this one I'm going to do in Lemon Lime Twist. So let's see how that looks. I didn't even do a test run. I just was like, I'm going to do this in Lemon Lime Twist, and let's just see how that looks. So I hope Lemon Lime Twist stamps dark enough in the words so that we can see them. If not, I'll go with Plan B. So that's my Lemon Lime Twist ink pad. And I've got my greeting. I'm using the happiest birthdays to you greeting. Tap, tap, tap. And let's see. Just want to make sure that it's kind of centered within the stitching. Yeah, I think that will work. It's a little lighter than my other one. Let's see how it looks when I layer it all up and see if it looks dark enough. If not, I'll maybe use like black on the reverse side of that. So I've got to have a card base. So this is a Lemon Lime Twist card base. I did kind of a tent fold, so it's 11 inches by 4 1/4 inches and scored in half at the 5 1/2 inch mark. And so let's layer this up. So we've got our silver piece. And then this is the exact same paper I used on the Berry Burst card, but this piece didn't have any Berry Burst bows on it. It had more of a Lemon Lime Twist feel to it, so I think that's what inspired the color change. So this piece is 2 inches by 5 1/2 inches. So you can get 3 of these pieces out of one sheet of 6 by 6. So let's add that onto here. Let's see how this looks. Okay, and then we'd layer this up right here, and this one right here. Yeah, I think I like that. And then my little bow, we'll have to add on afterwards. So these bows are the 2017-2019 in color, I think they're called Biddy Bows embellishments. They already come with a little dimensional on the back, but I actually pry that off because for this card it gives it almost too much dimension. So I'll show you how I did that. So I think that looks, I like how that looks. I think it's bright enough, the greeting. So let's put this card together. So I'm going to add, I'm going to use Terran tape to add my foil sheet on here. Don't ask me why. I think, well, you should be able to ask me why. I think it's because, this is my logic, because there's a lot of texture on here. I just feel like maybe I should put the Terran tape right here where there's more hold. I'm trying to, like, with the Tombow, I don't know if there would be enough surface area to hold all of it the way I want it. I'm going to put just a little bit more down here. I'm just being completely random, aren't I? Okay. Oh, but did I do that off the camera? Okay, I put Terran tape here, here, and here. So let me remove the liner. So the problem with the foil and embossed foil is like there's not as much surface area for adhesive to stick onto. So it makes it a little harder for the liner and everything to stay on here. So I'm going to put this, make sure I put it on straight. Okay, that's pretty good. And I'm going to actually do tear and tape on the back of this one too. Okay, I don't know if I blipped out there for a second for you guys. Sorry about that. This morning I have my son home. I don't know if that affects the bandwidth or whatever. Who knows what he's doing tech-wise in his room. You know, teenagers these days, they're very technical and they know a whole lot more than I do. But if that happens again, I'll go tell him to lay off my bandwidth. So I've put tear and tape on the back, so I'm just going to take this off. I think tear and tape is going to stick a little better than glue on a shiny surface too. So then I just want to center this. I am nitpicky. I always take a little while to get it right where I want it. Okay, so now I think I could probably do glue because I have enough area here. But maybe I'll glue my circle on first. How's that? Put some Tombow on my greeting piece. Add this on here. And then I'm going to add this on here. If you guys have any questions, just let me know while I'm doing this because I will answer them afterwards. It's hard for me to read and do the stamping at the same time. So I'm going to peel, see this little bowl comes with an adhesive piece. I need to grab some mini glue dots. This gives it like a little bit of depth and it's great, except the bow's already pretty thick, so I don't really like the extra height that this gives. For some projects it would be great, but I don't really like it, so I always peel off the back of this. That's just me. You can use them as is if you want. And this is the back, so I'm just going to stick a mini glue dot on the back of that instead. The rebel that I am. Okay, and then I can just stick that on there. And then let me grab a paper piercing tool and I'm going to add some rhinestones on here. The rhinestones have been going on back order a lot. I think they're just a great little blingy thing that people like to add to their cards. They're easy. I like the fact that they have adhesive on them already. A paper piercing tool is great to use to transfer the items. So there is the card. So these two cards, you know, they look kind of the same, but they're not really the same. So, you know, either one. Berry Burst is kind of almost like a wine color, so you could probably do it as a masculine card too, but definitely this Lemon Lime Twist card is a little bit more neutral. So I kind of like both looks. I don't know, what do you think? Berry Burst or Lemon Lime Twist? Maybe I should have done one in Bermuda Bay. That would have looked pretty too. The only problem with the Bermuda Bay card would have been I wouldn't have had a matching bow. So that's why I think I went with the Lemon Lime Twist. Just because I had a matching embellishment, and I kind of like, if I'm doing like a card set, I like to kind of keep the embellishments similar. So I don't know, I kind of like them. So let me turn this around. I'm gonna read your comments. Let's see, grab my chair. So let's see. I brought my laptop over here today. I was gonna see, I usually read it right off the camera, but it makes me look funny because I have like bifocals in here. So like it looks like you're looking at my nose. So I brought my computer here. So I'm just gonna see how that works. If you can indulge me and be patient with me, I'm gonna see if I can read off of my live while I'm doing my live. See, I don't even see my live on here. Maybe I need to refresh my page. I see people do this all the time, like reading their messages off of a different device. So I'm like, I know I can do this, but you know, with technology, it's always like you have to kind of try it out. So you get to be my guinea pigs today. And if I can't do it, I'm gonna just have to figure out how to do it. Let's see. Sorry, I'm waiting for my page to refresh. Let's see. Oh, yes, there it is. Okay, so let's see if I can read. Let's see if I can go into my post and see. Oh yeah, there I am. I'm a bit delayed. That's kind of funny to see me on delay mode. All right. Let me see if I can see all your comments. Doesn't show all the comments. That kind of sucks. I see Janine said she also enjoys walking. Walking is such a good thing. I love it. Now I can't see all the comments on here. I'm gonna have to practice. This is like, there's gotta be a way to see all of the comments. Well, it's kind of freaky seeing me being delayed in the background. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let me scroll back through your comments and see if there's anything that I should mention. And good morning to everyone. Karen says she loves walking too. You know, if you guys live closer, I'd like start a walking group. We could walk every morning. That would be cool, wouldn't it? I always lose my walking partners. Has this happened to you? People that are walking? I've had various walking partners over the years, and I've always outlasted them all, because that's how avid of a walker. They change their schedule, they change their lives, and they just continue walking, and I just keep walking. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Karen said she loved both cards. That's really cool. Okay. Well, there weren't too many other comments, but thank you so much for joining me today. I do have one thing that I should say, though, is celebration is coming to an end on Saturday. So if you're a customer, if you're a demonstrator, no matter what, Saturday's the deadline. So right now, if you purchase $50 in any $50 increment, so every $50 you spend, you get a gift from Stampin' Up! From either one of the celebration catalogs, or they've added some extra things in the Stampin' Up! Store. You can go to the store and click on celebration, and it shows you the things that you can earn if you for $50 increments, and the things that you can earn for $100 increments. And it's really one of my favorite times of the year, because it's you get something when you place an order. So if you still have something that you want to get, remember Saturday is the deadline to put in those orders. So it's just a great time. And if you haven't gotten the starter kit, if you are interested in that, that's also a great deal. Normally it's still $99 for $125 worth of product, but this time of year up until Saturday, you also get 2 stamp sets to add to your kit. So that's $125 worth of product plus 2 stamp sets. So doesn't matter the price of the stamp sets, you just get to choose stamp sets out of the catalog to add to your kit. So it's a great time of year to get that. That will give you a 20% discount for at least 4 months afterwards, just because of the timing of the quarters and stuff like that. So it's a really neat thing to get, and you can get a discount at least for a little while. And if you spend a little bit enough to make your minimum, then that discount renews. So that is a kind of a cool thing. I've been doing this for like 12 years. And now of course I run it as a business, but back in the day when I first started out, I kind of I did it for myself and a few of my friends, but a lot of my people on my team, they just get the discount for themselves because it's, you know, a great deal, and they can spend the money on themselves and get a discount. They don't do classes or anything like that. So it's a great deal. Saturday is the last day to get those extra specials. So if you have any questions about that, you can message me or email me. The links for the supplies that I use for the cards today are down below in the description. If you want to join our Casing Tuesday Facebook group, there's a link in there too. Just say, you know, click on it and ask to join, and we will get you approved hopefully today, and then you can join in. I don't know if there's anything else that I have to say about Casing Tuesday, only that it's like really fun because it's a group of us, and we all participate, and it's fun to see the different cards and all the different samples people come up with. So anyway, I hope you guys all have a great week and enjoy the weather, the spring weather that's coming in now. Hopefully some of your snow is melting if you're in the northern states or if you're in the northern countries. And let me think. I will be back here next week. I have, there is 1 week in April where I will be gone up in Canada. And so I will let you know the week before when I have to take a week off. It's too hard to do a live when I'm away like that because I don't have all my supplies, and you know, you just never know what you'll be doing on a particular day. So I will probably have to skip 1 week later on in April. But anyway, I will see you here next week. Have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.